All right, so if you clicked on this video, you're probably a busy professional. You got a demanding career. You're handling all these different tasks that's going up. You got family, you got events you got to go to, you got presentations, all these things you got to show up for clients. But when you go home, you look in the mirror and you just see this gut just staring back at you. And it gets frustrating because you tried at home workouts, you tried to get lean by doing P90X, Peloton, all these different things, but it just gets frustrating because every time you try different at home workouts, you just stick with it for a couple days and then something pops up and then you just fall off track. And then when you get a little momentum again, you don't really see the results. You have a family, you want them to look up to you. And if you can't take care of your health, how can you take care of your business? How can you show up in your kids' life? And what kind of health are you going to have in the next 10, 20, 30 years, especially when your kids are growing up? So if that's you and you're ready for a real change and you're tired of these ineffective workouts, in this video, I'm going to show you the cheat code to how to lose that gut and how to get lean and tone at home without leaving the comfort of your house. So I don't like to just talk at people. I want to show you real people and real strategies that are actually used. So I'm going to show you a quick clip of my client, Brian. He actually is a multiple business owner. He does web design and he actually just had a baby. So the life is super busy. You got business, you got a baby to take care of. Actually, in the clip, you can hear the baby in the background. So check out the progress that he's made. The best part, he did this all at home with only like 2 hours of workouts per week. So if he can do it, you can do it. Let's check it out.
In terms of, results, I think I was pretty clear about, and this is something I work with my clients is like, what are the outcomes you want? And let's get specific. And I think for me, I was about 215 when I started. I think I said a base hit would be to get under 200. A home run would be to get back to about 190, which is probably what I weighed when I graduated from college or something like that. And that's where I was told I should kind of be with from my doctor in that 190 to 195 range. So we hit that base hit. We got right at the very end, we finally dropped below that, and I haven't weighed myself since then. But I don't really care so much about the number, but I do feel like my clothes are fitting again, and I'm that part makes me feel like, okay, I can do this. And I knew it would probably happen, and it was just a matter of it's slow progress. You don't get to see a lot of that stuff happening, but most things in life that are hard to do and worth it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. You don't pop a pill and get results with this kind of stuff. You have to do the work. I just needed someone to hold me accountable because there's always something else that seems more important.
So I figure I structured this video and talk about the mistakes you're making and how to fix them just like him. So the first mistake that you're making is you got random workouts, but you don't really have a real plan. So you're thinking to yourself, man, I did good this week. I worked out 4 times, maybe 5 times this week. And I'm looking in the mirror, I'm not really seeing any results. It's been 2 or 3 weeks. I've been consistent, but it's not really working for me. I'm doing my daily workout. Maybe I did my walk. Maybe I did a few push-ups, but it's not actually showing any progress. And it just gets frustrating. Like, man, am I ever going to see it? I'm showing up on camera and I'm trying to hide my stomach. I'm trying to get close to the camera so they can't see my body. And my face is getting swollen. And I just figure, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. This is one of the mistakes you're doing wrong. So the problem with random workouts is, first of all, it's random. So I don't know how can I put this as an analogy, but if you're going to the gym and one day I'm working on arms, or say I got an hour in the gym, I'm working on arms one day for 10 minutes, I'm working on legs another 10 minutes, I'm working on the stomach another 10 minutes. I'm doing all these different workouts, but I'm not focused enough on one body part. So same thing when you're structuring your workouts, it has to be structured in a way that your body can hit the muscle group enough times for it to develop. So if you want to get lean and you want to get toned and you want to lose your gut, let's break it down into a structure, and so it's not so random, if that makes sense. So what I had Brian do, we had him on a progressive overload plan. So basically what that means is your workout has to get progressively harder over time. Even if it's at home, there's ways that you can progress your workouts. See, if you're doing jumping jacks, you're doing push-ups, you don't have much things at home, you're doing dips, you can improve these and actually make it harder over time. When you're first starting your workout plan, you're probably not doing too much as far as intensity, but you can actually improve that over time. So say the first month you're only doing 20 push-ups a day, but the next week try to push it to 25 and to 30. And this is why you should start tracking what you're doing and having progressive overload as far as your training. So you can't just do the same workouts over and over because your body's going to get accustomed to it and it's not actually going to change. So not having a plan is actually killing your goals and it's actually just delaying you, and a lot of times you're wasting time. Another reason why not having a plan is actually hinder you and hurting your process is if you don't have a plan, it's easy to just get distracted because you don't have anything to follow. Your kid can walk in, your wife can ask you something, and you don't have a plan anyways, so it just throws you off. But if you have a plan and a structure, you know exactly, okay, I need to do this, 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 and this, and that can even decrease your time. That way you can get it done quick and then move on to the next task. So no plan, no strategy, no results. The second mistake is that you're underestimating the intensity it takes to actually get lean and to get toned. If you're doing body weight, that is a good start, but a lot of times it's not enough, or you have to do a lot, way more than you actually think you need to do. I was actually talking to a guy yesterday. He called me and he's like, man, I'm about 55 years old. Man, I'm a pastor. I got a kid. I want to start like getting healthy again. And like, you know, man, I just don't really like this gut that I have and I want to improve it. I'm like, all right, cool. What have you been doing? He's like, well, I do a couple push-ups here and there, but every day I go on a daily walk, and that's great, but it's not actually going to help you get lean and tone. Get lean and tone. Basically, what tone means is you want to increase your muscle mass, but you want to decrease your body fat. If you're only doing cardio, if you're like, all right, I'm working out at home, let me walk on my treadmill, let me do a little Peloton, that is mostly cardio based. It's not actually going to help you build muscle and get lean. So I suggest you get some dumbbells. I suggest you get some things that you can actually build resistance to your body and actually doing that progressive overload like what we just talked about. So you're underestimating the intensity that it takes to get the results that you want to see. This might throw you off like, man, I don't want to be super intense. I'm getting older. I got back issues, shoulder issues. I can't just be going super hard. But focus on consistency rather than intensity. So once we get your structure right, you have a real plan in place. Be intense with the plan. You don't necessarily have to be intense with the actual exercise and the workout. So the more focused you are, the more strategy you have, more strategic, effective workouts you're doing, you'll see the results a lot faster. So for example, if you don't have any weights, you don't have anything to work with, but you want to start improving the way you look and in your body structure, say you're doing push-ups, right? You're getting better every week. You're doing 10 push-ups, and the 10 push-ups are starting to get easy. Before adding 15 or 20, let's start slowing down on your push-ups. So when you go down slower. So take about 3 seconds. Go 3, 2, 1, and then come up. And then do 10 like that. I guarantee you, rather than just doing 10 quick push-ups like this, it's going to be a lot harder and a lot more effective because you have time under tension. So this is just one of the ways that you can improve the intensity of your workouts, is to slow down the time under tension when you're doing any workout, really. All right, let's keep moving. So the third mistake, and probably it could have been the first one, is you're ignoring tracking. All right, so I'm not big on having people track every single thing because you're not really going to keep that up, but you got to track something. In my last video, I talked about habit tracking. So if you haven't seen that, go back and look at that. I highly recommend you checking out that video because I think it can really help you be more effective. But if you're not tracking your food, if you're not tracking your workouts, if you're not tracking anything and you're frustrated and you're like, man, I don't know why can I see results? Well, you don't have anything to track. You don't have any data to actually look at. So if that's you too, and you're like, man, I've been doing all this exercise, I've been eating my food. Well, let's see the data. What have you been doing? And then you can just look at the data, and the data does not lie. All right. So you need to track something. Like I said, watch the last video. And then when it comes to being lean, if you're like, all right, Quan, I'm listening to everything you're saying. I'm increasing my intensity. I actually have a plan that I'm following, but I'm still not seeing results. It is probably your nutrition. When I talk to people all the time, they're like, man, I'm doing good. I'm hitting the workouts hard, but for some reason I cannot lose my stomach. It's your nutrition. It is. It's your nutrition because it has to be. If you're doing all the exercise, you cannot outwork a bad diet. So this video, we're talking about workout specifically, but I want you to know that it's your nutrition. You need to go back and actually fix that. You might be over consuming, you might be consuming the wrong things. If you have a question, make sure you reach out to me personally. We can kind of look at that, but let's move on. So the next mistake is you think fat burning means just cardio. So you're like, all right, man, I want to really like get rid of this gut. I want to get rid of this extra fat. Every day I'm going to go on a walk. Every day I'm going to do my Peloton. Every day I'm going to hop on my bike. Every day I'm going to do my rower. Cardio is actually great. It's going to be good for your heart health. Actually, when you're starting your journey, it can help you drop a couple pounds. It can help you kind of, I wouldn't say tone up or lean up because it's not going to help you do that, but it might help you drop a little bit of pounds. But long term, real results that you want to see, you got to do compound movements like push ups, squats, dips, dumbbell exercises, things like this that's really going to help you put resistance on your body. The reason why you want resistance on your body, because when you're actually building muscle, your metabolism is going to improve. So if you're working out and you're tired of your gut and you're tired of like having this extra weight on you, just tired of having a high body fat percentage, you need to increase your muscle mass on your body. And you're like, man, I don't want to look like a bodybuilder. No, you're just going to have more efficient body, because the more muscle you have on your body is going to be more efficient at burning calories at rest. So even if you work out super consistently, you're only going to work out maybe an hour, hour and a half a day. The rest of the hours of the day, you need to be efficient at burning the calories while you're on a meeting, while you're with a client call. So make sure you add resistance, and you're not only doing jumping jacks, you're not only going for walks, you're not only get on a treadmill. Prioritize having strength training as well, and not just think, if I want to lose the fat, I need to do a bunch of cardio. I hope Brian's story was encouraging to you. Now he feels like a better role model when it comes to his son, and he has these daily habits that he's implementing. He's out playing soccer again like he used to do, and life is just so much better when you're looking in a mirror and you got your clothes that can fit, and you just feel more confident showing up when it comes to client presentation. So all these tips, make sure you actually use them. And on my channel, look back at my channel, I have a bunch of at-home workouts. So if you don't know what to do or what to structure, you can start there. But if you're somebody who's ready for a real change and you're ready for a program that's going to help you out, make sure you reach out to me. I'll put a link in the description, and we can talk and have a chat and see if you're a right fit, and we can help you accelerate this process and put a whole program in place. Like I said, if you got any value from this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.